Hi everyone, my name is Daniel Nyirenda, working with Growth Development Consultancy. I welcome you to our today's video, but also I welcome you to our YouTube channel where we share content that can build your capacity in terms of monitoring and evaluation, business development, marketing, branding, but also career development. And today, I'm very excited because today we're going to be having our first video on mathematics. Some of you might be wondering already, mathematics? Why mathematics? Very simple. It's because mathematical principles are generally applicable in so many other disciplines. Like for example, in economics, you need to have an understanding of mathematics, statistics. If you go to an engineer, a computer scientist, and so on and so forth. For us, mostly we're going to be looking at mathematics and economics. How can you apply mathematics to economics? Mathematics and business. How can you use your knowledge of mathematics to grow your business? And then we'll also be looking at mathematics and statistics, quantitative methods of statistics. And also we'll be looking at how do mathematical principles help us to understand nature. Or sometimes, how can mathematical principles help us to understand the existence of God, for instance? So we're going to be looking at so many interesting things in that respect. And for today, without wasting much of the time, we'll be looking at addition. Right, so you might remember addition from primary school. Addition sign is given by that. So how do you apply the addition sign? If for instance you had certain products, yeah, for your company, like for example mangoes, yeah, so you had 2 mangoes. If you were to add them up together, what do you get? 2. What about if you were adding mangoes and guavas? How many fruits do you have? So let's say you have 2 mangoes and then you have 5 guavas. What are you going to be having? At the end of the day, what you have is 7. So that's the addition sign. Now, what if somebody was to ask you, can you add the numbers from 1 up until 1 billion in your notebook? Can you do it? So that's your assignment for today, our first assignment. I want you to take out your notebook and then add numbers 1 up until 1 billion. I'll be the first one to start. Don't worry. How are you going to go about it again? So, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8 plus 8 plus 9 plus 10 plus 11 plus 12 plus 13 plus 14 plus 15 plus 16 plus 17. Guys, I'm getting tired. So as you can see, the whole process is going to become cumbersome. It's going to become very difficult for you to do. And so that is why in mathematics mostly you find the use of shorthand notation. And what is the shorthand notation for addition? It is called the Sigma notation or the summation symbol. And so that's what we're going to be looking today, summation. For example, if you have values x1, x2, x3, and xn, we define the sum of those values by sigma. x1, I is equal to 1 up until n, where 1 is our lower limit or the start, and then here we have our upper limit or the end, and this is the sigma. Then finally here we have our argument or the expression to be be added. So what you see here, we have simplified the addition of x1, x2, x3 up until xn. For example, for our example, for instance, we wanted to add 1 up until 1 billion. We have one, if this is 1, 2, 3, and that is 1 billion. How do we go about it? It is going to be very simple. We will have here 1 billion, and then here we can have x, and then here we can have what x is equal to 1. And so this here represents us adding numbers from 1 up until 1 billion. So the assignment, I've done it for you, right? It's very simple. That's how you go about it. That's the summation symbol. Now we have to look at an example. Example number 1. There we go. Compute the summation of x squared from x is equal to 1 up until x is equal to 2. Very simple. When we go about it, it's very simple. It means we are adding x squared from 1 up until 2. So what we'll have is 1 squared plus 2 squared. 1 squared gives us what? 1. 2 squared gives us 4. At the end of the day, you have 5. Simple enough, right? That is the summation. Very simple. And then let us look at another example. Let's say you have been given by a certain what? A certain equation or a certain function, like maybe we have what? 2x plus 5, x is equal to 2 up until 4. How do you go about that one? Very simple again. What you need to do is you need to add x. You need to add 2x plus 5, starting where x is equal to 2 up until when x is equal to 4. So this is going to be equivalent to 2 multiplied by 2 plus 5 plus 2 multiplied by 3 plus 5 plus 2 multiplied by 4 plus 5. Now what do we get here? 2 multiplied by 2, we have that is equivalent to 4, and here plus 5, and then here this one is equivalent to 6 plus 5, and then here this one is 8 plus 5, and then this one is equal to 9. 9, this one is definitely equal to 11, and then that one is most definitely equal to what? 13. And so 11 plus this one is equal to 20, plus this one we should have 33. So 33 becomes our answer of computing that summation. Now our final example for today, a little bit more complex example. Let us assume that you have a certain data set, right? So you have a data set. You have a data set. Let's say you have 4. You have 7, 1, 2, 2, 6, 0, 4, 5. Right? So let's say that you have given those figures as your data set, and you are asked to find, right? So find number 1 mean, number 2 variance, number 3 standard deviation. Obviously, the first thing that we need to look at and remember is our formulas. What is the formula for the mean? The mean is simply the average. You have to add up all these numbers and divide it by the sum. So what is the formula for the mean? Really presented by x bar. The formula of it, we are saying that it is the summation of all those figures, right? So we have summation of x1 I is equal to what? 1 up until n divided by n. You are adding up all the values in the data set, dividing by the total number of the values. And from there, what is the formula for the variance? Right? So our variance, which can also be represented with the sigma squared, is given by the summation of x minus x bar, which is the mean, squared divided by n. Right, so simple enough. You are summing x, which is like different values, minus the mean, squared divided by n, which is the total number of values. Now let's go about, and then finally we need to also find the standard deviation. And the standard deviation is simply the square root of our, the standard deviation is simply the square root of our variance. So that's about it, guys. So let's quickly look at how we can now start find the mean. The mean, we're saying that we have to add up all these figures and then divide it by n. So let's add up all the figures. So if you add up all these numbers, 4, 7, 1, 2, 2, 6, and 5 and 4, the answer is going to be equal to what? 31. Divided by the sum. The sum is how many values do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right? The 1 divided by 9, it definitely means that our mean is 3.4. And now let us come to the what? To the variance. The variance, what we're going to be taking is each and every value, and then we're going to be subtracting with the mean, squaring that one, and adding up all those numbers. Then we divide it by n. How is it going to look like? Anyways, I'll just light it, even though it's going to be a very long thing, but then I'll just light it so that you can also be able to follow. So the variance is going to be equivalent to 4 minus 3.4 squared plus 7 minus 3.4 squared plus 1 minus 3.4 squared, 2 minus 3.4 squared, plus another 2 minus 3.4 squared, plus 6 minus 3.4 squared, plus 0 minus 3.4 squared, plus 0 minus, not 0, plus 4 minus 3.4 squared, and then finally plus 5 minus 3.4 squared. All of that divided by n. Our n is equal to 9. So if you compute on this calculator, you find 151 divided by 9, which is equivalent to 16.7. So therefore, our variance is equal to 16.7. And finally, our standard deviation. Standard deviation, we are saying that we are going to do the square root of 16.7. And so what is the square root of 16 is equal to 4. So it is simply 4.1. So there you go, guys. Guys, that is it about our today video. I hope you have learned something. I would really wish to hear from you what you think, how you think we can improve, specifically on the mathematics. What do you think we should be able to tackle? What are the things that you're looking for? So leave comments down below. Make sure that you subscribe to our channel, like the video, and also looking forward to see you on our next videos.